How many of us are merely living in the neighborhood of ourself and not the home? How often do we do that? How often do we, I guess, rotate around the home instead of going inside of it? And I mean, like, really think about it, the neighborhood of ourselves. Like, you're not even a neighbor. Like, you're not even close to being in the fullness or the sanctity of your home. Why is that? You know, why are we not pressing our way to be home? I know for me personally, like, I like to go on vacations. I like to go, to travel, to see new sights. I enjoy all that. But one of the things I have noticed about myself is that I can probably tolerate maybe 4 days, 5 top of being away. And then after that, I'm homesick. I'm ready to get back to my sanctuary, to my space, to my habitat. Like, I don't do well a long period of times of not being home. Do you feel like that in yourself? Like, do you feel like when you have wandered away from yourself, from your ownership, your individualism, like when you feel like you're in that traffic of society acceptance, I guess you can say, that it just, it makes you feel uncomfortable. You feel out of sort, unaligned, detached, a void. It's just like, it just does not feel like home. And let me correct that too, because there's a possibility that it may feel pretty okay. It may feel, cool, comfortable, tolerable, but you still just feel like there are still loose ends, that everything is not tied up, that there are still you're not getting your full power source. Like, you're connected, but you still feel like, there's so much more energy that you could be receiving, but it's not happening. And that's because you're not home with yourself, sitting with yourself, sitting in your living room of self, having that moment of living, going to the kitchen of self and getting your supplement, going to the bedroom of self and laying in your peace. Even going to the bathroom of self and disposing waste. Like, really going home. Being in your home, being in your skin, I years ago, I used to use this saying or mantra, whatever you want to call it, and I'll always say, the skin I'm in. And I realized that, I had to get ownership because I was really paying attention to, your skin. Like it is tailor made just for you. And, thinking in a sci-fi type of scenario, if someone else tried to put on your skin, or okay, let's take the Men in Black example. And I don't know if this was one or two or whatever, but this is the one where the alien descends from outer space, of course, which is Men in Black, and he takes on this human flesh. And you remember the one where he was this big cockroach, but he had took on the human flesh. And if you recall how he had taken someone else's skin and put it on himself, and how he had to pull it, to line up with his eyes, and how it sagged in some places and it was too long or too tight in other spots. That's exactly what will happen. That's exactly how you are feeling or should be feeling when you are wearing someone else's skin. Meaning when you are, trying to imitate someone else's demeanor, behavior, characteristics. And it's just like, why? Why are you trying to fit yourself in something that does not belong to you? And don't get me wrong, you can alter it. You can alter the skin. But in your imagination, if you would take that travel with me, imagine putting on a custom suit tailored exactly for your body. And then you see somebody else in another suit and you're like, wow, that suit looks great on them. I want that suit. Now, there is absolutely nothing wrong with your custom suit. It's made just for you, tailored just for you. So you put on this other person's suit on top of your suit. Now, how uncomfortable do you think you will be? How unappealing you will look if you are wearing two suits, and I mean like underneath each other. So your suit is perfect. This other suit you put on will be too big, too small, too long, too short in certain places, certain areas, because it's not your tailor-made suit. But yet, and still, you want to wear your suit, plus put somebody else's suit on, and then, portray to society, to the world, that this is just right for you. And you have, your pants leg that fit perfectly, and then this other suit where it's like possibly too short, or like I said, it's just not cool. Don't do that. Wear your skin. Wear your skin. It belongs to you. It's yours. Wear your skin. And one of my important scenes is that I share with myself as well as others is that how can anyone tell you that the original is wrong? How can anyone tell you that the original is wrong? If you can think about art and you see this original piece from this artist, where do you tell them that they did something wrong at? It's their creation. It's their original piece. What are you comparing it to? Are you comparing it to another original piece? Then you're right. They will not be the same. Something will be different from the other. But that does not mean that either one of them are wrong. Are you comparing it to a copy? And if you are, you're saying the copy looks better than the original? Mm-hmm. We both know that's not math. That doesn't add up. So instead of traveling around your home, instead of altering somebody else's skin to fit you, instead of trying to revamp the original, go home. Wear your skin. Appreciate your masterpiece.